Hi everyone and welcome to Lyto. Today I want to talk about how companies that are making millions of dollars and running thousands of employees, they can do it without a single office. And the answer is using distributed teams. First, what is a distributed team and what's the difference between remote team and distributed? The difference is that when a remote team is a team that is working at a different location, that is working with the fixed location where the rest of the company is. So it's like a small team that's working in another city. But a distributed team structure is when the whole organization, all the people inside those teams are in different locations around the world. The advantage of having a distributed team framework in your company is that first you have access to talent from all around the world. You can work with people that is in the other side of the world, and you can choose actually the talent that you really need. You are not limited to hire someone that is willing to move to the city where you are or just choosing from your area, no? So that's a really important advantage. The second most important advantage is the cost. Obviously, the cost of that's fixed cost of having employees in your office. If you want to scale your company, you have to rent a bigger space, right? But if your structure is all virtual, then you can have many employees as much as you want. That's how there's companies like Basecamp, Zapier, Buffer, Atlassian, and even TopTal, which is doing over $80 million per year. You can really see how there is a lot of companies that have the whole company distributed and it's working perfectly. Some of them, they have an office. Sometimes they need like an official headquarters. But even if they have a physical space, they allow their employees to work from home. Sometimes there is even distributed teams that are in the same city, but they work in their own space. And that really gives more flexibility and freedom to employees. All of that. It's really common in the tech industry because developers are used to work from wherever. Even developers and programmers or data science or many different roles in companies like Facebook or Google, they allow their employees to work from home even if they want, because you don't really need to have the obligation to be in the physical space to can do your work. So there is maybe a big disadvantage, but it can be solved easily with the right methods and with the right tools. And it's communication. Apart from minor disadvantage, like creating the culture and all that stuff, but the main difficult obstacle to overpass is communication. You have to embrace distributed team communication culture around all your teams, where they understand which tool they need to use depending on the kind of topic they want to communicate. Normally the right methodology is to use an synchronic to asynchronic methodology. The most emotional the topic is, more synchronic should be. So more direct contact with the person that you want to communicate via, for example, calling, or more like direct and personal, right? And the opposite side, all the asynchronic communication, it can be like email, just writing an email or even a message. There is a scale to that, so you can go from like email to a meeting in person, and in the middle it can be like phone call here, or maybe like a WhatsApp text or a Slack text around here. So it's a scale. But that's really important to have that in mind. If you have the right methods and the right system to actually create a communication and organize your team, it can be perfectly solved. So from that, it's all an advantage. Obviously, it's difficult to manage people, and it's difficult to manage people that is not physically where you are. If you creating this methodology and creating that culture using the synchronic to asynchronic method, you can easily create a highly effective team that can communicate, and you can asset to any talent in the world where the cost is minimum if you want to scale it. So to finish, I want to say that this is where the industry of technology is going to. We ourselves have built our team completely distributed. Even our business model have a lot of remote work, and that kind of mentality that is inside of the new work concept, that is what we want to bring to the people and kind of find a different way of working. So that's it. This was a really fast introduction about distributed team to explain the main advantage and to give a sense of the high potential they have having a different way of working. So yeah, if you're interested in knowing more about this topic, leave in the comment any observation. I will consider going more deeper how to create this kind of team, where to find the talent, and how to communicate on a daily basis with different tools. That's it for today. I am Victor and this is Lyto. Thank you for listening. As always, like and subscribe, the typical YouTube thing to say, but yeah, we really appreciate when people subscribe to us. So yeah, thank you and see you on the next one.